Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new year and one of the very few live streams that we do these days. So today, just like the title and thumbnail suggests, we're going to take a look at what's going on with Ethereum, and maybe they can actually right the ship that's gone wrong in 2024. Also, we're going to take a look at a couple of airdrop type of things, and then also a game that's kind of caught my attention. And I'll let you decide if it's a good something for you to look at and do your own research. So first things first, thanks everybody for showing up on New Year's Day. I guess everybody made it through last night, depending on how much you actually did. So congratulations, you made it to the next year. And I got to tell you, before we move on, I think this year is going to be just fantastic. And we might see some macro turmoil. We might see small signs of recessions. We might see a black swan, but in the end, everything's inevitable, especially with this crypto and digital asset space. And I think we're at the right place at the right time, especially with what's coming up. And who knows if that ETF gets approved maybe next week. Anyhow, so today let's talk about Ethereum. But before we do that, I get so many responses from these stupid AI videos that come out. And it's either Brian Armstrong, it's either MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor, it's either Brad Garlinghouse, or a host of other different people that are in the know for these big products that are crypto. And as a reminder, I did a complete video on this just like last week, and it's already got it's got 78,000 views. So I understand what's going on here, but I've linked this video particularly in the comment section. So you can watch this video. It's a whopping 5 minutes and 28 seconds. And yes, I know what YouTube is doing. I can't help it. It's just how it is. So just make sure you don't get screwed over by these stupid AI videos. But yeah, it's annoying, but what can you do? Now, Ethereum. Some days I look at Ethereum, and this just happened to me. I was swapping some things, doing some very degen plays, as I do every so often. And I came across this, like the most ridiculous, this is the gas fees and we pay for this. It's crazy, right? Now I understand. Please try again. Yeah. I understand that with Ethereum, we have an issue with L1 and L2s. People will say, well, just start with L2s. Well, to switch everything over, you still got to go from layer one, which would be Ethereum, to these L2s. So right now, it is in my opinion, not the greatest system of all time. And if you've ever used a DEX with Solana, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's super fast. It's super easy. Some people might say it's centralized. Well, it doesn't seem to make a big difference when everybody's buying up Solana like crazy. I'm just saying, that's just the way the tide is going. But is there some help on the horizon? Potentially. And here's what came out from Blockworks. Now, I'm going to read this. I'm not a developer, but I linked this in the description. I'm just going to hit the high points for what it is, because I'm sure the vastly superior technical individual that is yourself can find fault in the different snippets of information I'm going to present here. So just to be time's sake, let's just go over the highlights. So the latest Ethereum all-core developers meeting finally put some tentative dates on the upgrade schedule for the next mainnet hard fork. So Ethereum's going to have a hard fork. Don't worry. It's not going to be a whole new chain or anything like that, like when we had Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin SV, which I don't know. Some people seem to love that stuff, but whatever. And there's going to be a hard fork called Denkin. I'm sure I said that right. With the caveat that it's only if no major issues arise. And if you remember previously, to go from proof of work to proof of stake, it was the same thing, if no major issues arise. And that means that there's probably going to be delays, because that's the problem when you built a specific technology. And as time has gone on, you need to upgrade it, but everybody's using it. The analogy is changing the transmission down the highway while you're going 80 miles per hour. It's very tough. Ethereum devs are eyeing the following dates for forking Ethereum's public test nets. Gorley, I said it, nailed it, January 17th. Sepolia, January 30th. And Oleski, February 7th. This will be the last time that Goerli is included in the testing regimen, as the network is slated for deprecation, essentially going away. Here are some of the improvements to watch in 2024. EIP 4844, proto-dank sharding. Dank sharding, that's a good word. And this is what's important, because let's just be honest. Ethereum would be great. It's battle tested. Everybody uses it. Everybody builds on it. But geez, the fees are outrageous. Well, here's what they're trying to do about it. The upgrade will reduce the cost of data availability across all layer 2s. That's fantastic. A transformational enhancement that will roll up gas fees by up to 100x. So when we're talking about these things, just understand that it's not going to go from 18 bucks to fractions of a penny, but everything helps, and we'll see how much they can actually get it down to. Account abstraction comes into its own. Account abstraction is set to revolutionize the way we perceive and interact with wallets, making gasless transactions the standard. I like that. But again, this doesn't mean that everything will be gasless and will go to like, oh, I don't have to pay anything. It's just within these wallets. And you can secure social logins, which will be the new norm, fundamentally reshaping the Ethereum user experience. It can enhance both user experience and security. It allows for more complex account logic, such as multi-sig wallets or social recovery of lost keys. Here's how social recovery works. Have you ever lost your mnemonic phrase? I have. It sucks. I'm missing 20,000 ADA because I got in during the very, very, very early days. And that would have been about $60,000 at the peak of Cardano when it hit almost $3. That is all gone. Now, if you have a social type of network or social recovery, you can name these different people. You can go through them and go, hey, there's a piece I need. I need to recover this lost private key, do all the work, and it's scattered about across your social network so people can prove and say, yes, this is yes, yes, yes. Instead of just going, hey, I lost a piece of paper because it got wet and I just lost my entire life savings. It is crazy. Just saying that a lot, it's pretty crazy, but that's just how it is. So that is a good part. EIP 1153 is an opcode or operational code that allows smart contracts to use transient storage. Again, cutting down costs, storage that will be wiped clean at the end of transaction execution. That'll free up a lot of space, hopefully reduce those costs that we're talking about. By enabling temporary storage, EIP 1153 can reduce the gas costs associated with storing data during contract execution and provide developers more flexibility in designing smart contracts. And 4788 proposes to put a beacon black root, a summary of a hash tree root of the parent block, into each Ethereum virtual machine block, or EVM. This eliminates the need for external oracles. Let me say that one more time. Because I saw that, I was like, this is something people might need to be aware of. All this happens in a trust minimized manner, eliminating the need for external oracles. What's an oracle? It takes all public data or external data. That's because blockchain is very difficult and it can't do that. It takes real world data and puts it onto the blockchain. You know what a really popular oracle is? Chainlink. So again, with my limited knowledge of what they're talking about here, if they're talking about eliminating oracles altogether, that's not a good sign for Chainlink. Comments, please comment in the comment section. If I got that wrong, that's why I linked it. But eliminating the need for external oracles to provide this data and thereby reducing potential points of failure or manipulation. And it goes into some other stuff, and I honestly, my eyes glazed over. So that's good. Ethereum looks like they're doing the hard work, and I hope it works out. I've got a big bag of Ethereum, so it'd be great if it actually goes up. But if it doesn't, I'm not married to any altcoin. That's just really how it goes. Anyhow, let me know what you think about that in the comments section. And then also, if you're looking for some more alternative ways to get into the crypto market, I've been using this Interact. Interact.io, interact.io. And it's all about for airdrops. And you just do these little goofy little quests. And I do like one a day. It takes me like 5 minutes. Like I'll follow one of their accounts. I'll do a quick little swap and I'll do that in my MetaMask wallet. Now, I linked this. There's a link in the description for this, interact.io. And you might want to give it a shot. But before you do, as a reminder, we talked about this yesterday, please make sure that the wallet that you're using doesn't contain your entire life savings and your kids' fund to college and everything else, because when you do these, you are opening yourself up at tremendous risk because it is a hot wallet and you should never do that. You should actually be using a cold storage device like a Tangent or a Ledger or an Ellipal or a Trezor or whatever it is that you like to do. So if you want to do that, give it a shot. Again, I do one every 5 minutes. It's doing pretty good. And also, speaking of airdrops, this caught my attention. Farcana. And this is a game. If you follow me over at Dan Degen, which is more of a riskier play, that's where like you're either going to make a lot of money or you're going to lose everything. One of those two things are guaranteed. And one of these projects came to my attention from a mutual friend. And I got to tell you, it looks to me like Fortnite. And what I found interesting when I went to it is that they're also doing airdrops. And I linked this in the description. You can check this out. And you just have to do these little goofy little things like sign up for an email list and have everything done with your following them on Twitter, or X as it's called now. But yeah, and I took a look at it. I'm like, this looks pretty good. I'll be covering this. The mutual friend is actually Tenset, which is a launch pad, which I've worked previously before with projects like Fame and Everdome and stuff like that. Did pretty well, 3,000% plus and such, so on and so forth. But when I was taking I'll do a deep dive later, but the game itself, you already saw it. What I want you to pay attention to is these new projects that come out, is who invested and who's behind it and what's it doing. Games are going to come so hot and heavy. Like Axie Infinity, I thought was a goofy game, but people seem to love it. And I didn't really think it had longevity, but hey, still around on the Ronin network, that in pixels. When I take a look at this, the people that are investing into these projects, because the thing is, when I look at this, I'm like, who's pushing this project? And how much hype is behind it? Because let's be honest, some of these things are just a lot of hype and not a lot of substance. Games, I think, are a little bit different because you can actually play them and actually get the NFTs and get the tokens to actually do the things that you want to do in the games, and because gamers game, right? And we talked about this before. But some of the big names are Animoca Brands. That is one of the biggest players in the space as far as Web3. Polygon Ventures, Fenbushy Capital, which we've actually talked to as well. Merit Circle, Rarestone Capital, Pro Trust. I mean, these are like Bit4X. These are big names. And you're going to take a look at the angel investors. Yatsu is actually the founder of Animoca Brands. So not only did his company put money into it, he himself put money into this. So if you don't think they're going to push the living hell out of this thing, you're crazy. So then you got, let's see, Capo, which I don't know if that's the same as the same Capo that's made some ridiculous calls beforehand, but maybe he has to help himself dig himself out. Crypto Dog, which I follow, Calio, Pentoshi. And what I want to show you is I linked this tweet in the description. I want you to go through all these people, and you'll see, like, some of these people, like, say for Pentoshi, he has 732,000 followers. If you don't think that he put money in that to not talk about it, I don't think it's going to be happening. Calio has 613,000 followers. The Crypto Dog has 755. So I'm going to have you do the research on this. But when I'm looking at different projects, the game looks cool. I heard about it from a person I actually trust, and he had a lot of people behind it. And on top of that, I also heard a rumor, which is just a rumor, that it's going to be on a very big platform as far as a centralized exchange to be listed. I can't confirm or deny that. I'm just saying these are the things that I look at and go and think to myself, man, that could be a pretty big thing. Anyhow, let me know what you think about that in the comments section. I linked also, there's going to be an AMA, which I'll be at with Tenset and Farcana. That'll be on Wednesday at 7 a.m. My time, which is like 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for you guys. And that will be it. And then lastly, before we get into the Q&A, this Thursday from 4 to 6, we're going to do a meetup over the San Juan Smokehouse. And I'll talk to you guys. Usually what people ask me, like, what do you guys do there? Mostly we have beers and talk about what's going on in the crypto market. I talk about some of the things that I'm doing that I usually don't talk about on this channel. And people tell me some really good things that they're doing. And there's a lot of very smart people out there, especially here in Puerto Rico. And there's a lot of crypto OGs who have been around since 2011, 12, and 13. And they tell me things that blow your mind. But if you got time, stop by, and I'll be posting about this later. But that's it for today. So look, if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing. Everything we talk about is time sensitive now.